Okay, so hello, my name is Judith. Welcome to Sinla Podcast. Today we are just going to discuss very interesting topics, and we've been we've been getting along with everybody on the set. And I mean, everybody here is thoroughly and intentionally handpicked, to speak to the topic. So it's International Women's Day, and there's a lot going on uh, nationally, globally, to celebrate international. I know you're a man here, and then you're feeling. I don't know. Is there an International Men's Day?
I don't know.
There is actually.
There is. It's not as loud as International
Yeah,
Women's
it's
Day.
not as
We're
popular,
sorry. We
but-
apologize. And so before we start, we'll just do a quick introduction of everybody we have on set. So we have here Mrs. Oyinda Mola Akombi, the gorgeous Mrs. Oyinda Mola Akombi. She's a fellow of the AACA with over a decade of experience in finance, spanning across various industries. Her expertise is in financial planning and analysis and business partnering. She holds a BSc in applied accounting from Oxford Brookes University in the UK and BSc in information systems engineering, and masters in international banking from
The University of Salford. in the UK.
oh, great. And finance, banking and finance from the University of Salford. Yes. I mean, you have an impressive resume.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And the good thing, she looks so pretty. You don't know she knows maths.
Okay.
People that know maths has a look. That's a
Sure.
serious
No, that's
mathematical.
changed now. Like you have really pretty engineers and stuff now. So.
Oh, yes. I agree with you. And then with me here is also Ms. Temitope Lewis. She's a seasoned human resource professional with over 10 years of experience, has a proven track record of success in developing and implementing HR strategies that drive business results. Temitope has a deep understanding of all aspects of human resources, including talent acquisition, employee relations, performance management, and learning and development. Are we clapping here? With a strong focus on employee engagement and retention, Temitope is focused on fostering a positive and inclusive workplace culture with increased employee productivity and satisfaction. I'll go on to say she holds a degree in computer science from Lagos State University and is PHR certified. She's a member of the Society of Human Resource Management, where she stays up to date with HR trends and best practices. Outside of work, Temitope loves to sing, support Arsenal Football Club.
She's a very committed person. That's what that shows.
That's a sign of commitment.
Oh, yes.
And she's the people operations lead at Sebit. Yeah, that's fantastic. A round of applause for her. Okay, and just beside, so my name is Judith. That's the introduction I have for myself. Okay, and so I'm not the center of attention. They are. So with me here also is Miss Adenike Akonde. She is the proprietor of La Maisonnette. Did I call it right?
A maisonette.
Sorry.
It's okay.
La Maisonnette Bilingual School, LMBS, a nursery and primary school in Bagada, Lagos, Nigeria. It was established in 2020 in the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic. That must be a lot. She's a leader in the education space, especially in the early years and primary education. She doubles as the curriculum developer and learning director at LMBS. She's keen on raising children in a safe and secure enabling environment. Okay, because LMBS is the first exposure to formal learning for several children, she believes that both the children and parents must be comfortable and have peace of mind. She's enthusiastic about 21st century learning and global citizens, hence the introduction of French language at a very young age. Okay, that's impressive. Over the past 2 years, LMBS is one of the few schools that have been able to keep parents abreast of their children's daily activity via a digital system. That's beautiful. These parents get real-time updates because they know there's nothing as soothing as being part of your child's day-to-day activity, even when you're physically absent. And that is a feat for them, for you and your team. Okay, she loves spending time with family and close friends when she's not actively working. That's beautiful. Round of applause for her, please.
Thank you.
Beautiful. So, and then here we have every mother's favorite. Not so, I don't think he's my favorite because all the things I know to do, he has cancelled everything.
Unfortunately,
You know?
sorry.
Right.
You're just breaking, you just wake up in the morning and say, today,
Violence.
Okay. So he's Dr. Ayodele. I know all of you know him as the noisy pediatrician, but his name is Dr. Ayodele. See how can your name is very unassuming, Dr. Ayodele Rena. He's a consultant pediatrician, digital health communication expert, health blogger, lifestyle influencer, has 7 years of experience in caring for children in both preventive and therapeutic setting. He infuses a healthy dose of comic relief, wit, and charm in presenting free public health education and instruction in global practices and childcare by making learning for parents fun, exciting with his online blog on Instagram, The Noisy Pediatrician. He volunteers for non-governmental organizations like As a Pediatrician, Leluvia Health to promote health and wellness. His passion and career focus is working towards ensuring that no child dies from preventable causes. He hopes to achieve this through his medical practice as well as his public engagement via his social media and offline platforms. I mean, a round of applause for him. I'm a beneficiary. I don't need to like you, but you know what you're saying. Okay, so today, it's such a privilege having. I mean, it must be really. I would thank our organizers for pulling this wealth of experience, together to bring it to discuss a topic that is very, dear to me and to everyone and to every woman. In fact, we're talking about this year's topic or theme globally is innovation and technology for gender equality. And first of all, I know when we say gender equality, what comes to mind is women, as if they are the owners of gender. So we're just going to go this way, and then we just look into the topic, gender equality, innovation, and all of that. So seeing the topic. So the topic again is innovation and technology for gender equality. So just listening and hearing that, I mean, what does this topic mean to you, Yinda?
Okay, so for me, innovation really is just improving on a process and making it better and looking for, more efficient ways really to do stuff. And then technology technically would help you achieve that, right? And then in terms of gender equality, it's just, I think for me, like a good thing is the example you just mentioned now about being able to sort of, log on and check on your child's progress. For instance, maybe not specific to gender, but the fact that at least as a parent, you're able to work and still sort of check in. So in a way, you're still parenting. Now through technology, you understand? So for me, I think that's how, technology has technically helped us, especially women in the workplace, because of course, when you leave your child at home or with a carer in school, what is always at the back of your mind is, are they okay? What's going on with them? And, you see a brilliant example of how, technology can help you do both, to still be a parent and also work as well.
Yeah, and then you're the chief finance officer at SynLab. That's absolutely amazing. That must be a lot of work.
Oh, yes, it is.
All the numbers.
Yes, it is.
Crunching all the numbers and making it make sense.
Yes.
And then how has technology and innovation made your work easy?
So for me, I think, with finance, really, the use of ERPs, enterprise resource planning systems. So basically being able to pull all that information in, because especially as the company scales up and gets bigger, you have so much more data to work with.
Okay.
And it's very important that you can churn through that data quickly and be able to produce reports that would actually help, drive the business in the right direction, or be able to provide insights that would help drive the business in the right direction. Sorry.
Yes.
So, of course, using ERPs, I think, has helped me a lot because, every day we're making payments, we're billing our customers, we're trying to manage our bank accounts. All of that is going on. There's different levers in the finance department that are moving more or less concurrently, at different times. And the only way you can sort of pull that in is really technology. And just to be sure that you're not losing sight of anything and you have a complete picture. Because, of course, for me in finance, the main aim is that you're able to show a true and fair view of the business through the accounts. So anybody picks up the accounts, an investor or a bank or whatever, they're actually seeing how your business is doing. So for me, it's very, very important that accuracy is there. And that's what technology actually helps you do.
That's beautiful. I mean, well said. Thank you very much. We're still going to come back to this because I really need to delve deep into this. But this is just a peripheral, more like an overview. And how about you? How has it been? What do you think about the topic, innovation and technology for gender equality?
Well, I would say for introducing technology into the way we recruit, into the way we manage employees and all of that has increased the way women are able to function in the workplace.
Okay.
Because, of course, we are naturally carers. So you're thinking about your children, you're thinking about a number of things, but you're able to focus on your career now because the options are available where you can have hybrid work arrangements or remote work arrangements for some people who work outside the country and are still able to do everything that they're required to do here.
Yeah.
So yes.
So that's an
technology
innovation in itself.
Oh yes,
Yes.
it is. Yes, it is.
Yes. Well,
And it
that's
has
fantastic.
improved, of course, workplace has improved how women are able to work, and it doesn't limit you such that there are no rules where you cannot work inside or outside of the country. There are no
That's
barriers.
fantastic, yes.
There are
No barrier. I like
anymore.
that line, no
Yes.
barriers, because I think these barriers are major constraints. When we talk about gender equality, most people use this cliche, oh, it's a man's world. And sometimes I don't blame them. I was talking to someone recently, the person says, when I feel like I've had a lot, I just take a break. I tell my wife, you know what, I'm just going to stay in a hotel for this night and then clear my head. In my head, I'm thinking,
So what happens to her?
I would really love to come home. I tell my husband, you know what, I've been through a lot. I'll leave you guys. Not like I can't do that, but I mean, like the fact I can do it without thinking logistics. Where do the kids stay? Do you know where their baby food is? Do you know who? I mean, all those. So, to you, Mr. Conde. So you're a parent to parents.
Absolutely.
You're a partner. Your business partner to parents.
Exactly.
And your business is the business of women and children. Of course, men.
Men too, yes.
But I believe the burden of the cause and will probably be tilting to the women.
Exactly.
Okay, so what do you think about the topic, technology and innovation for gender equality?
Okay, so when I had to Google, I had to browse digital innovation technology for gender equality. So, technology in the first place, we can't overemphasize the importance of technology and how it has helped us. So now I will narrow it down to the education space where I find myself. There are lots of things that really, if not because of these new innovations,
Yes,
it would have been a struggle for us. It would have been a struggle with parents, just as you rightly said. Also like a parent to parents. I'm partnering with them. They just feel, and well, it's normal that you should have answers to every question.
Yeah.
So just imagine if we did not have the opportunity to do all of these things, and technology in itself brought all these things to us. So you ask questions. They ask me, look at this thing on this child's skin. I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm more like one now because I should be able to answer questions, I just Google. The opportunities are there.
Yeah.
Now, in that regard, I tell people when they come into the school to make inquiries, I say, education is like technology. It keeps evolving. I remember when I started teaching, actively about 11 years ago. It's not the same way we did things that we are doing things now. Things have changed. Because even the children are changing. It's not the way
The children are
You
changing.
can say that again.
A typical 10-year-old right now, maybe it was like our own 25 years old growing.
They say the darnest things, and you'll be wondering who told you that.
Exactly. So you need to be able to keep up. So in the space, if you don't know all these things, you just be like you are left behind. You are archaic. You are just, over there. And how technology has really helped us also. Because in the education space, the truth is 95% of the staff are women.
Oh,
I'm not just particular about, it's all encompassing for me. The staff, just as she was talking about HR, she's more in the HR space, the staff, the parents themselves. So how do we manage these things, especially for parents now? We have had situations where parents come in first day of school, and as the children are crying, the parents are crying.
So who do you comfort?
So who do you comfort? When I talk to them about separation anxiety. For your information, most times it's not even the child that is having separation
Oh,
anxiety.
I remember the first day.
Yeah.
I cried my eyes
I
out.
did.
If I had this friend,
But I wanted to keep him still. But I cried. But I couldn't take him back because I want him to stay there.
So one of the things we tell them, which we did not start that way when we started in 2020, was to start this. We started using this app. So it's not just like the regular communication book where you say, oh, he had a good day. He counted 1 to 10. He finished his food. So you're getting pictures. So when we tell parents this after showing them around the classrooms and they see the team board, they see the projector, technology. But when they see that they have the opportunity to get real-time updates, videos and stuff, it has a way of putting their minds at rest. So even you as a mother, as you mentioned, as a father, your mind is at rest, that I can see through, more like a transparent classroom.
Yeah.
So these are, look at what technology has done. It's an innovation. When we started, we're using book, we're writing, the normal thing that most schools
will do.
We're writing, but along the line, as we're researching, looking at best practices.
Yes.
What can we do to keep up? What can we do so that parents, their minds be at rest? And also, it's a form of keeping us in check too.
Yeah.
It's keeping us in check because you are seeing through our classrooms. So even the staff know that everything has to be in tip-top shape.
Yes, good.
So for me as a woman, it has helped us. It's helped our business, innovation. We can't, overemphasize what it's doing.
Thank you very much. This is very interesting. I could go on and on this topic. And then over to you, the noisy pediatric. Please, that Dr. Rina, we don't know you as that. So we'll stick to what we know, the noisy pediatrician.
Okay, fair enough.
But
he has to do the dance for us at some point.
At some point you have to really do that dance. Once he starts the dance,
the space in the
something
studio,
is about.
The studio won't allow me.
So now, technology, innovation, you people are the chaperone, you people are the front, obviously on the front burner when it comes to healthcare. So what do you think about this topic and how is it driving gender equality?
I think it's a very key topic, and as everybody has rightly said, technology is ubiquitous. It's just unavoidable. What really comes to me first in my mind is penetration of the technological advances, So how widespread are they really? When you think about what should happen in a system, if the most vulnerable people or people in the most remote areas don't have access to that technology, then it begins to pose a sort of problem as to will everybody benefit from this? Not just the people in the urban areas that have the good internet once in a while. Now think about people in the really rural areas. So I think we should think about it in terms of, first of all, is there equity and equality in terms of internet access, in terms of access to the technology between genders, between social classes and groups.
Exactly.
So I think that we would like to just make that equal, even before we actually talk about the technologies.
Oh, great.
Now, for where the technologies are available, I think data drives technology. And so what access and what technology can do, because of course our data is on a lot of platforms, be it, the platforms where we are putting our details, whether it's financial, whether it's our dates of birth, whether it's our health records. And what this technology can do is that it can harness that data to determine for women specifically what barriers might exist to accessing healthcare. So, for instance, distance from the nearest healthcare facility, financial barriers to accessing healthcare. And what this can, help create is avenues where people can be seen by physicians remotely, such that, because 3/4 of conditions that people will complain about really are primary healthcare conditions that will not need them to physically come in unless it's absolutely necessary. And so it eliminates, that distance travel, eliminates the time taken to go and queue at the hospital. And then, if the prescription can be given online, then the nearest pharmacy that they can actually go and get that done. On the side of the men, it's like you ask, really, why can't a man bring the child to the hospital? So with technology, the doctor can say the man's boss, Oga, this child is not feeling very well. We need him to come in for a consultation, and it gives the wife some free time to do other things.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Then I like when you spoke about equality and equity, because we use those words interchangeably, but they are obviously very, they vary in their context and their use. So can you speak to embracing equity? Because obviously we've seen that equality could mean, the government declares internet for everyone. Okay, so that's a form of equality.
Yes.
But then again, if you embrace that version, you forget that there are some people who it will still not serve, even though it is available.
Yes.
Okay, because you've not addressed other needs. You've not checked if they have even the mobile phones that would enable it.
Exactly.
You don't even know if. So there are other limitations. So what do you think about embracing equity when it comes to innovations and technology? And now we are speaking a lot more to technology, but there's also the innovation bit as well.
Yes.
Because with the local communities, there are interventions obviously that can happen there that are not necessarily technologically driven. Okay,
Precisely.
so what do you think about embracing equity?
I know that with innovation, another thing that's they are really almost used almost interchangeably is technology and innovation.
Innovation, yes.
Because the most recent innovations really are technological.
Yes.
Most of the time,
yes,
are linked to some technological advancements.
Obviously,
I mean, it's nice for somebody to get a hand pump in the it's an innovation for that
space, yes.
But technological innovations, especially AI, are the ones that are actually really moving the world right now. So you see, when it comes to equality, is that everybody should come to the table. Equity is that if I have a shorter hand, then you give me a longer spoon to eat the meal with, so that I can reach what I need to reach.
Exactly.
So there's a new internet provider that I think is just arriving in the country.
Yes.
Where you don't actually need an internet mast to access internet. All you need is just that device, and the device actually gets the information directly from the satellite. Of course, I can't call the name.
We can't call the name.
Yes.
We know who.
Yes, exactly. So that's.
But then the equity comes into
so
play.
It
comes to the pricing.
So the equity comes into play when it comes to the pricing. Now that way means that somebody in the remotest village technically should be able to get access to the internet once they have that device. There doesn't need to be an internet mast from a provider anywhere near. All they need is that device, and then it comes in. But who is now going to fund and say, you know what, because you cannot afford this, I'm going to subsidize it so that you have access to the internet based on this device? It's a question that remains to be answered. Perhaps Judith might be able to find us
it to me. So thank you so much. I mean, it's been quite this is obviously a good groundbreaking for the topic, and we'll get back to more of this in the second episode. Yeah. Thank you very much.